It has been 7 years since our family packed up and moved from the Los Angeles area to the Kansas City metro. And if I had to do it all over again, here are 7 different areas that I would consider if I was relocating to Kansas City. Stay tuned and I will let you know my opinion of the absolute best area to move to in the Kansas City metro in 2026. So first of all, I've told this story in other videos, but I want to tell it briefly again. When we relocated here to Kansas City, we ended up in a suburb of Kansas City called Gladstone, Missouri. And we loved it there. We lived there for 2 years, and then we relocated down to Midtown Kansas City, and that's where we live right now. So we've lived both north and south of the river. But if I was moving to Kansas City again, I would do a lot more research, and I would do a lot more due diligence before I just chose Gladstone on a map. Now, that's not to say that we don't love Gladstone still, but there are a whole bunch of different areas of Kansas City that I would have explored if I knew about them. So the point of this video is to help you find some of the secret areas that we didn't know about when we were relocating here to the Kansas City metro. So the first area is for the family that is looking for the best school district. We have young kids. My oldest is 6, my middle one is 4, I have a 1-year-old, and we have another one on the way in February. And so for a family like ours, school districts are going to matter a lot, especially if you're going to send your kid to public school and you don't want to have the extra financial burden of sending a kid to private school. Now, since this video is about undercover areas that a lot of people don't talk about, I'm not going to mention Overland Park. Everybody knows that the Blue Valley School District is one of the best school districts in all of America, but we're not going to talk about that because this is the undercover areas that you might want to move to in Kansas City. So let's talk about a lesser known area with a great school district still. That's Lee's Summit. Now, if you look at the site niche.com, that's a site that really helps rank the school districts in the Kansas City metro. In fact, they have a nationwide school district ranking, and niche.com will show that the Lee's Summit School District is the top one in Missouri. It's rated number 3 overall in the Kansas City metro area. The Lee's Summit market, because of that, showed healthy growth in 2025, and it's easy to see why. I helped 2 people recently purchase a home in Lee's Summit. They were renting there before, and they were adamant on staying within the Lee's Summit School District area. The median price of a home in Lee's Summit is $422,000, but you can find homes as little as $275,000 to $300,000. You can easily find a home in that price range. If you want to go above that price range, and then you can find some beautiful new builds. You can also find some places with land. The Lee's Summit School District serves roughly 17 to 18,000 students pre-K to 12th grade across about 117 square miles, and it consistently ranks in the top tier of the Missouri districts. I'm talking about combined math and reading proficiency grades. It places it in the top 10 in the entire state of Missouri. If you want to go there, not just for the schools, but also for the recreational opportunities, those are plentiful. Parks, lakes, trails, family-friendly activities, all of that is located in Lee's Summit, not to mention a very cute little downtown. The last time my son went fishing, we went in Lee's Summit, Missouri. The school district also boasts a very high graduation rate. That's about 93% of students graduating, which again places it in the top 10% in the Missouri school districts. So to summarize, if you're a family who prioritizes a great school district but doesn't want to pay the Blue Valley prices in Overland Park, then you are going to want to think long and hard about Lee's Summit, Missouri. You have great homes there. It's a lot more affordable than Overland Park, and you have plenty of things to do in Lee's Summit. The number 2 undercover area is for a very common buyer that our team is helping nowadays, and that is for the person who is looking to retire. If you are looking to retire, I think the top choice that might come to the top of your mind is an area like Leawood, Missouri. A lot of our retirees are looking in and around Leawood because, number one, they're selling a home that's appreciated quite a bit in a high cost of living area, and they're going to take $500,000, $750,000, $1 million and buy a home in Leawood, Missouri, or buy a home in Prairie Village, or buy a home in Overland Park, one of those surrounding areas, so that they can be near their loved ones. A common story that we get is somebody will call our channel looking to relocate to Kansas City, Missouri. It's going to be a young family, which is why I started with school districts, and then they're going to come here, they're going to love it, and then their family is going to come after them. A lot of parents relocating here to be closer to their kids and their grandkids, and a lot of people are looking at that area. So for people who are looking to spend a lot of money to move to Leawood, that's great. But what if you're looking to keep the budget way down? What area of Kansas City would be right for you if you were looking to retire? Well, I'm going to talk to you about Platte City. And there is one huge thing about Platte City that's going to make it a great place for you to retire. Keep on watching and I'll tell you what it is. But first, let me tell you where Platte City is. Platte City is located on the northwest side of the Kansas City metro area. The most notable thing about Platte City is that it's very close to the airport. I've had plenty of clients relocate to Platte City who are looking to work in the airport, and it's a very attractive area because of that. The one negative because of that is that you're going to have a lot of planes flying overhead, which for us with young kids, like I said before, 6, 4, and 1, they love watching the planes fly overhead, so I'm sure they would love to live in Platte City. But if you don't want the noise, this may not be the area for you. But for seniors, there are a whole bunch of local organized supports like the Platte Senior Services. They have exercise classes, home delivered meals, transportation services, but that's not the best thing about it. The best thing about Platte City is that there is a senior citizen tax credit, a tax-free program in Platte City that helps older qualified homeowners control their property tax burden, which is huge. If you don't know anything about the Kansas City Metro, especially in Jackson County in Kansas City, the property taxes have been a very big point of contention. Also in Johnson County as well, because they have risen an astronomical amount in a very, very short time. So if you want a smaller tax burden, if you want to live in an area that's a little bit outside of the city, but still within all the amenities that Kansas City has to offer, Platte City is going to be a place that you really, really need to look at. If you want to stay active, there are parks, trails, other open space opportunities nearby. For example, when I asked one of my clients about Platte City, he said this. He said, Platte City provides a whole bunch of recreation opportunities like hiking, I like watching birds, canoeing, and there's a golf course called Shiloh Springs Golf Course up there. I'll tell you, as a golfer, Shiloh Springs is not my favorite place to play. It is a place to play golf though, so I do frequent to go up there, and it's pretty cheap, but I think the layout is not as nice as some other courses in the area. So having that combination of like quiet nature adjacent living plus the tax credit plus access to the city is a strong draw for you if you're looking to retire in the Kansas City metro area. Now, what if you're a young, fun couple looking to relocate to Kansas City or buy your first property in Kansas City? Well, downtown might be the most obvious choice. You might think, hey, downtown, I can get a condo, I can get a loft. All of those are great things to do downtown and an awesome area to buy a property. But I will tell you that downtown condos and lofts are not necessarily the strongest right now in terms of appreciation. Instead of going downtown, what I would do is I would go to River Market. If you are a fun young couple looking for a lively place to live, the River Market in Kansas City offers a strong mix of really cool vibes, very, very convenient access, especially now with the streetcar, and a whole bunch of amenities. The whole neighborhood is very walkable. You could walk over to Columbus Park for some of the best Asian food. Vietnam Cafe is over there. Some of the best Italian food. Garozzo's is over there. You're going to have groceries, restaurants, coffee shops, bars, and the Kansas City streetcar, like I mentioned before, is going to run right through River Market and be able to take you downtown all the way down to Midtown if you want it to. There's a huge selection of dining spots. There's brunches, ethnic cuisines, craft cocktails. Recently just had Mediterranean food in River Market. It was really delicious. So if you're a young couple just married before you have kids, I would really consider River Market. The median price of a property in River Market that's a condo or a loft is $305,000. It has been slowly climbing year over year, but you can see why. It's definitely going to be condo living. It's definitely going to be apartment living. It's definitely going to be townhouse living. If you want that, then River Market is going to be the place for you. Now let's flip that on its head and look at the opposite. If you're looking for rural living, if you want to be as far out in the city as you possibly can be, then where should you look? A lot of people think Smithville. Some people think like an Odessa or a Raymore. All of those are great areas as well, but I want to tell you about Stillwell, Kansas. A lot of people don't know about Stillwell. It's located in the most desirable county in Kansas City. That's Johnson County. You're going to find in Stillwell large lots, lots of acreage, lots of open space, but you're still not too far away from Overland Park or even downtown for that matter. If you wanted to jet down there, it's going to take about 30 minutes to get to downtown from Stillwell, depending on where you are. It's in southern Johnson County, but it's still located in some of the best school districts that we can offer here in the Kansas City Metro. Out there, you're going to find rolling countrysides, a lot of wooded views, bunch of open land for quieter environments, fewer neighbors close by, and a very slow pace of life, according to residents of Stillwell. If I were to sum up Stillwell, it's a super appealing choice for somebody who wants the rural living, but you're still fairly connected. Smithville is kind of far out. It's like 40 to 45 minutes. Stillwell is just that bit closer, and it's located in Johnson County. The prices there show that. If you want new construction, Stillwell is going to be your place too. New construction on rural land. Stillwell, the median price has jumped all the way up to $615,000. That's a 7% year over year increase. So you can see that people are seeking Stillwell, Kansas out for rural living. Now, I mentioned rural living. There are very few houses that fly off the market now because the market has slowed down quite a bit. But rural houses do fly off the market, especially if they are accompanied by a nice piece of land. And also, this area flies off the market as well. It moves very, very fast. This is going to be an underrated area for the luxury buyer. A lot of people will think Leawood for luxury. Yeah, that's true. The West Side has some awesome, couple $1 million properties. You can live near Country Club Plaza and you can spend, $1.5 to $2 million on a beautiful property. But if you're a discerning luxury buyer that wants a slower pace of life, a gated community, and a private golf course, there is going to be nothing better than the village of Loch Lloyd within South Kansas City, right on the border of Cass County, Missouri. It's a standout community for a whole bunch of reasons, and here's why it's appealing to a bunch of people who are looking in this luxury market. It's built around Loch Lloyd Country Club. I've gotten to play it twice. I have a client that lives in Loch Lloyd, and he's invited me twice. The second time that we went out there, Patrick Mahomes was actually 2 groups behind us. And that's another thing too. Patrick Mahomes lives along the 12th hole of the Loch Lloyd golf course. It's a championship 18-hole golf course, much better than the aforementioned Shiloh Springs in Platte City, but of course it's going to be a completely different echelon of golf. There are homes that are located on the waterfront of small lakes and ponds, beautiful large custom homes, awesome estates, one of the more prestigious areas of the Kansas City Metro. In fact, it's completely gated, so if you wanted to get in, you are going to have to get past a guard, and you're going to have an appointment. The community has a bunch of big home sites. In fact, the last time that I was there, I saw like at least 2 or 3 houses that were expanding into some of the empty lots next to them. And so it's beautiful. It's a beautiful area. There's a lot of natural beauty. It's kind of semi-rural, I would say. It's not quite rural like out there like a lot of these rural areas, but it's right along the Blue River. There's a 110-acre lake. I mean, there's so many things to do in the Loch Lloyd area. So if you're somebody who's looking for like private estate-sized lots, resort-style amenities, a fantastic golf course, in fact one of the best golf courses that we have to offer in Kansas City, living in the same community as some of our biggest stars like Patrick Mahomes, then Loch Lloyd is going to be the place for you. You are going to have to pay for it though. The median price of a home in Loch Lloyd is $1.5 million, and the average days on market is only 23 days. So that goes very, very fast for homes that are in this upper echelon of price point, and people know that when a home comes up in Loch Lloyd, they want to buy it. Now we have one more area before I get to the best area that nobody talks about, but before I get there, please, if you're looking to relocate to Kansas City, or if you're already in Kansas City and you're looking to buy your home, give us a call, 816-4-MOVE-KC. We can help you buy or sell a home in the Kansas City metro area. We help people like you all the time watching this video who are thinking about relocating to Kansas City. We help them move all the time, 816-4-MOVE-KC. The next area is for the value seeker. If you're looking for the best value in Kansas City, at least in my opinion, you might think about Grandview or you might think about Raytown, because when we look at the different types of areas, those are typically the best value areas. They're the most obvious areas that you can move into if you want a home, a nice valued home in the Kansas City metro. But one of the least talked about areas, at least that I see, is Kansas City, Kansas. Now, you may not know this, especially if you're new to the Kansas City metro, but basically 2 cities located in 2 states. We have Kansas City, Kansas, Kansas City, Missouri. And so two separate, municipalities. In fact, we just had the Kansas City, Kansas election for the mayor of Kansas City, Kansas, which is definitely different than the mayor of Kansas City, Missouri. Two different municipalities, two completely different governments. So for the buyer who's prioritizing value, then I would look into KCK. It's not that you're giving up a whole bunch of amenities though if you want to move to KCK. There are certain parts of Kansas City, Kansas that are very, very close to downtown. In fact, Strawberry Hill overlooks downtown. It's one of the most beautiful views of downtown that you can get. If you move to the other end of Kansas City, Kansas, then you're moving close to the Legends outlets. The Legends outlets are one of the premier shopping areas in all of the Kansas City Metro. You can go to Bass Pro Shops, Nebraska Furniture Mart. You can visit Great Wolf Lodge there. Tons of stuff to do on that side of KCK. So if you want value and you want access to the metro and you're not fixated on the ultra premium suburbs, then KCK offers all of that and more. In fact, KCK also offers some of the best Mexican food that I have ever had, and this is talking as somebody who lived in Los Angeles for 30 years. It had tons of Mexican food, tons of food trucks, all of that stuff. KCK rivals them all. If I was a buyer whose primary goal is value rather than luxury or premium school district, then I would be looking hard at Kansas City, Kansas, because the median price of a home in Kansas City, Kansas is $225,000. For my mind, I think you get better amenities than Grandview or Raytown for that price. So look into Kansas City, Kansas. Don't sleep on it. And also, too, you can find a lot of the nice areas like rural homes in Kansas City, Kansas. In fact, they just sold a home on 6 acres in KCK that is really nice. Would have been a lot more if it was located anywhere else besides KCK, but my buyer found a really great value there. So finally, we have gotten to the best area that nobody talks about in the Kansas City Metro. Before I get to the best area, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel, like this video. We definitely really appreciate it because it does help grow our reach, especially if you find value in this content. The best overall area that nobody talks about, you might think it might be like Prairie Village or other areas in Johnson County like, Overland Park. You might think it might be like a Liberty or a Gladstone, but I'm going to be talking about Shawnee, Kansas. In my opinion, in 2026, it is the best area to buy a home in Kansas City. According to Shawnee's Economic Development Council, there's beautiful and diverse neighborhoods, low crime, award-winning parks, stable and efficient local government, and it's ranked among the top 5% of suburbs in all of America. Now, that top 5%, I don't know where they're getting that. Of course, that's bias that's coming from Shawnee's own Economic Council, but I will say, every person I relocate to Shawnee, they love it there. There are a whole bunch of people there that point to the balance of suburban peace with urban access. And the Shawnee Mission School District is also a fantastic school district, going to be in your top 10. So you've got your young families there. You can retire there because there are new builds in Shawnee, especially for, a lot of older buyers. They're looking for something that's going to be a little bit less maintenance. I know there's a few 55 plus communities in Shawnee as well. It's kind of a blend of all of these areas, the best things out of all of these areas. It offers so many of these good suburb features, but it does cost less too than like Overland Park, so it hits that value mark. It costs less than Leawood. In fact, in some areas, I would say Shawnee, probably you could get a house there for a little bit less than some of the most prestigious areas on the Missouri side too. If you do want to live in Shawnee though, you will have to move fast because homes there simply don't last. The median price point of a home in Shawnee in this past 3 months was $452,000, but the average days on market was only 5 days. So once a home hits the market, let's just say it hits the market like, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, those are common days for a home to hit the market. If a home hits the market in Shawnee on Thursday, on average, Friday's day 1, day 2 Saturday, day 3, day 4, day 5, it's gone by like Monday or Tuesday. So you will have to move fast if you want to buy a home in Shawnee. That's where you got to call our team. You got to be ready. We would love to help you get ready to make an offer on a home like we've done with so many different clients before that have called us from this channel. So 816-4-MOVE-KC is our number. Now, if you don't want Shawnee or any of these other areas, then click right here because I think this area will be your area.